short example of some exercises we can do to help ourselves to wake up, to wake our bodies up in the morning, to come out of any residual sensations of freeze and into a state of more aliveness. So this video is being made particularly thinking about some of my clients. So I would recommend that as you listen to this video, you also move along with the exercises. This series of simple exercises will help just to wake up a little bit faster. As you're going through the exercises, at any point, if you feel tired, then please just stop, take a break. You can press pause on the video and just sit where you are and just rest a little bit, okay? So the first exercise is just waking up the body. What we're going to do is, if we start with our right hand, then we're going to use our right hand to very slowly just start rubbing our left hand and our left side in general. Now notice I'm going quite slowly. I don't want to tire myself out, and I'm really going quite slowly so that I can actually feel my skin a little bit. So I want to feel as much of my body as possible. It can often help to look at the same time as making the movements, so to really coordinate the movement and your eyes, and just rubbing down this side. So I'm coming up now to the arm, up to the shoulder, and I'm really taking my time. It's really enjoyable. I'm looking to breathe into it. And if you don't find it enjoyable right now, don't worry. Just take it nice and slowly, and just know that it's okay to be where you are. Coming over onto the chest, near the collarbone here. And we can actually come up towards the neck as well. So it's kind of a very slow, enjoyable massage. And if at any point I feel tired, I can just take a break. If you feel tired, just know that it's okay to rest. So I'm going to come back in on the side of my face here, around the back of my ear, down to the back of my neck, and I'm going to come all the way down to the side of my torso, to the side of my belly. And I'm doing this all on one side on purpose because I'd like to be able to compare and contrast the felt sense of this left side that I've been rubbing down with the other side that hasn't. So as I get down towards the hips and down towards the leg, I'm going to actually use both hands, just rubbing my leg in a slow manner, gentle circles. I'm going to come down and just do circles around my knee quite slowly. And then if you can reach, then you can bend down and you can actually go down and do all of your calf and your foot as well. Just do that whole side. And then we're just going to stop. We're going to just take a moment to rest. I quite like to shut my eyes and just to feel, just to notice. There's a very slight tingly sensation running through a lot of this side of the body. It feels ever so slightly heavier now, slightly more still. My breathing is slightly more open, just slight, than before. And there is also a certain sense of timelessness that has come into me right now. So after doing one side, we will repeat on the other side. So now with the left hand, just slowly starting to rub down the right hand. the right forearm. Just really taking my time, looking for anything that feels enjoyable. Up into the arm. And what we're doing here is we're looking to create comfort in the body. We're looking to create comfort. Because when we feel comfortable, it's easier for us to actually be in the body. If the body is uncomfortable, if it's all in a freeze response, then it's easier for us to dissociate and be out of the body. So we're looking to just create safety, create relaxation, create calm. Just remember, if you feel tired, just take a break. It's okay. Just rubbing down under my collarbone, so from the chest, up into the back of the neck, around the ear, on the side of the head, side of the face. Yeah, just taking time. I'm going to come down towards my ribs, towards my belly, and as I come down to the hips, I'm going to start using both hands now. Just gentle circles on the upper part of the leg, down to the knee. And then we can stretch forward, come down into the calf, and all the way down to the foot as well. Just really allowing yourself to go, stay anywhere that feels pleasurable, and then just rest again. So it's really, we really want to take our time. We don't want to tire ourselves out. And now that I've finished that, I'm just going to check that I'm comfortable on my chair, or make myself as comfortable as possible, and just take a moment to perceive what's going on now. Yeah, and I have more of that tingling sensation going through my body. There's more sensations of pleasure. There's a sense of timelessness. So this is the first part of waking up the body in the morning. So the second exercise that we can use is very similar, but rather than flowing over our skin, we're going to just bounce our hands with a very soft open palm like this. Just bouncing our hands off our arm. Now this shouldn't hurt, but we should be able to feel it. So this will help increase the circulation. And generally speaking, if we do feel more frozen, if there is less sensation in our body, I find this often helps just to awaken more. So again, we're following the same path we did last time. And as I come up onto the side of the head, I can just use the pads of my fingers here. Come down the side. Very nice and soft. And as I come down onto the leg, I can use both hands, just bouncing. And you can really decide how much strength you want to use. I'd recommend making it comfortable. And again, if you feel tired, just stop, take a break. Yeah. So after doing that, I'm just going to notice what I feel. And again, I have much more presence and awareness in this side than before. The spatial position of my body is more notable. There's a deeper sense of relaxation. This shoulder feels lower now. And then I'm going to come across and I'm going to do the same on the other hand. So this very gentle bouncing. Really taking our time, breathing in, breathing out naturally, keeping ourselves nice and relaxed. If at any point we start feeling tired or exhausted, then we'll just stop, we'll just take a break. You can stop at any point, it's really okay. just to take time and space just to rest. Yeah. And as we come down towards the legs again, just allowing this bouncing to occur with both of our hands and our wrists, down into the calf as well, and all the way down to the foot. Okay, just very gentle bouncing. It's very similar to tapping techniques for those of you who have used tapping. Yeah. Okay, and we're just going to stop there. And again, just take a moment just to really notice what's happening in the body. Notice if there are sensations of pleasure, sensations of relaxation, and perhaps you might find it difficult to notice those things. It's really worth paying attention. Is it comfortable or uncomfortable in the body? And just knowing that it's okay, you're allowed to feel comfortable, and it's safe to make contact with that comfort right now as we just practice these morning wake up exercises. So we've now done the body rub down, we've done the bouncing. What I'd like to invite you to do now is just some very gentle, almost effortless movements, joint by joint through the body. So just starting with the wrist, and then going up to the elbow. And the reason we're doing this is that when we go through any kind of traumatic event, whether that be one-off events in terms of shock trauma, maybe a car accident or a fall, or whether it's because of childhood trauma, developmental trauma, our body tries to tighten to stay safe, and so our joints will very much hold that trauma. So if we can just take time just to release, just to move, then movement is very much the opposite of trauma. Trauma is about fixation, and what we're looking for is how to open, how to make space. So I've just done the wrist, the elbow, and the shoulder. I'm now going to go across to the other hand and just start with the hand and the wrist. Very gentle movements. We don't want to get tired, we don't want to get exhausted. We just want to move a little, create a tiny bit of movement, and then rest. So, and then finally the shoulder. Yeah, nice and slow. And I'm just going to take a moment just to rest. And then the next movement, I'm going to go to the head and the neck. Just going to let my head drop, let it roll one way, let it roll the other. Just really taking my time, letting my head roll. I'd say, just a piece of advice, to not let it roll backwards all the way. You don't want to compress the suboccipital region too much, so I'm just letting it roll from side down to the front and to the other side. Yeah. And then any movement that you might want to add onto there is fine. And now we can do the same thing with our legs. So I'm going to stand up. One thing you can do is hold on to a chair, which will give you some solidity, and just lift the leg and just move first the ankle, nice and slowly, then the knee, nice and slowly, and then finally coming up to the hips on the one side, nice and gentle, nothing too strenuous. And then just letting that leg rest, and then we can turn around or change sides, do the same thing on the other leg. So a little bit of movement, nice and gentle. with the ankle, and then the knee, and then finally just the hip. Great. So once we're standing up, we can use this position just to start doing some simple rotations, allowing the spine to rotate and the hands just to bounce onto the body slightly. We can do this gently, letting the arms swing, enjoying the rhythm, taking our time to breathe. We don't want to be doing this too hard, just looking for something gentle, relaxing, calming. And as we come towards the end of this, just allow that spin just to get smaller and smaller, and then we'll just come back to a sense of stillness. Now I'm going to sit back down again. So, by this point we've done the body rub down, we've done the bouncing, and then we've just moved all of the joints a little bit, including the spine, with those rotations. So now I'd invite you just to take a moment just to notice your body, and however you are is okay, just noticing what's going on. You might find that there are some areas which are starting to feel more than before. You might notice sensations of lightness, sensations of airiness, timelessness. You may also notice the body feeling slightly more grounded, and you may notice other things that I'm not naming right now. Whatever they are, it's fine. So the final stage of this morning wake up, we are going to do some breaths just to help create some relaxation in the viscera, in all the stomach region. So what we're going to do is we'll take a big in-breath, and in the out-breath we'll make the sound VU, like a V-U. So it sounds like this. VU. Just like that. So we're going to do a few of these. So let's take a nice big breath in together. And release. And again. Allowing the breath to flow without trying too hard. And we'll do two more. Let's take another breath in. Just noticing what happens afterwards. And one more time, take a nice big breath in. We'll do one final VU. Just take your time just to notice what's going on now. Just notice your feet on the ground. Notice the sensations in your lower legs, in your legs and your hips. Take a moment just to feel your torso, notice your breathing and your belly. And we're not looking to do anything in particular, we're just noticing what it is now. Just notice the sensations in your arms, your hands up to your shoulders, and the sensations around your head and neck. Okay, so that's the end of these morning wake-up moves. I hope you found them useful, and I'd like to just end this by giving you a little mantra to repeat to yourself, and it's just that I have the right and the responsibility to be myself and to act how I choose. Yeah. So whatever you need, it's okay to ask for it. Whatever's not okay for you, it's okay to say no thank you. Really look after yourself today. Have a good day. See you soon. Thanks for watching.